Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another apartment renovation. Today I'm renovating 910 Medina Studios, and this is actually a suggestion from one of y'all to go ahead and create a apartment for an artist who's on a budget, or like a starting out artist. And so I thought the idea of having a little bit more rundown, sort of hand-me-down collected items apartment that you can move right on into directly out of Create a Sim. This is under 20,000 simoleons. I made sure to create a sim after this and move them right in, and they were able to immediately plop down. Was a really cool idea, and I got to use a few of the more rundown items, as well as having a space that's slightly sparsely decorated, and I think there's a lot of personality in this build. I really like how it came out, so I really hope you will enjoy it as well. If you do and you'd like to download it, it will be available on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find it under the hashtag Gryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. But before we get further into this build, I did want to take a moment to tell you about today's sponsor. Thank you so much to Toon Blast for sponsoring today's video. You can go ahead and download the game now for free using the link in my description down below, or by using the QR code on screen now. And if you use my link, you are going to get 3 hours of unlimited lives and 100 coins. Toon Blast is a free-to-play mobile game available on all devices, where you solve puzzles by blasting cubes and creating powerful combos to pass levels. There are over 7,000 levels in this game for you to explore, and lots of cute characters and challenging mini games as well. So in addition to the puzzle games, there are these sort of rescue missions where you are trying to save the various characters, and I feel like that keeps the gameplay really exciting. You can also work with and compete against other players to win some really cool in-game prizes. One of my favorite things is that Toon Blast does not require a Wi-Fi connection to play, and there are absolutely no ads in game, so you can game on the go with no interruptions. Plus, they have millions of reviews and high ratings on the App Store and Google Play. So launching up the game now, and it looks like we have a regular level, and my last couple of levels had all these rubber duckies that you have to get to the bottom to redeem, and it's just really cute. I love this game. Super satisfying when you can just blow up a bunch of stuff when you have all of these power-ups. So we're going to do that. So make sure you download the game for free right now using the link in my description or the QR code on screen. Once again, you're going to receive 3 hours of unlimited lives and 100 coins for that. And I think you're really going to enjoy it. It's a really fun game. Thank you again to Toon Blast for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to it. Moving on into the living room now, I'm placing down this really cool decal from the Basement Treasures kit that looks like there's brick exposed. I just think that's a really cool detail, and I love all of the decals that we have in the game that are a little bit more like grungy and run down. I feel like it just adds so much detail to a space, and it's nice to sometimes create those builds in The Sims 4 where everything generally looks perfect and put together. Having a little bit more worn items is quite nice. And then I'm just grabbing some really generic curtains for the window because we're on a budget and there's not that many curtains that fit really tall windows like the ones in here. But right now I'm just trying to figure out which sort of sofa I want to use. I wanted something that looked old, but not necessarily like torn apart. So I did consider the couch from Werewolves, but it didn't really feel quite right. But this one from the Basement Treasures kit. I keep wanting to call it Basement Clutter, but it's Basement Treasures. I thought it was perfect because it's an old sofa, a little bit out of style. There's a couple of cloths thrown over it, which I could imagine are like cloths you might wipe your hands on after you're painting. So I liked the idea of that, and that's also where this coffee table is from. It's really old and messed up, and I just thought it fit the idea I had for this apartment really well, and I love the chair from Eco Lifestyle as well. And yeah, just grabbing a bunch of clutter, trying to make this space feel lived in. I did think about putting this little dresser with paint next to it, next to the easel. I ended up getting rid of that in the end because it's so expensive. That's why I have the tab open in the upper left-hand corner so I can keep an eye on the budget. So I ended up swapping it out for these canvases instead. They have much more of a presence in the room and they're cheaper. So I was able to get a lot of painting storage. That is blocking a couple of the Needs TLC items though, so you might want to move it if those things break. But I don't think that's too big of a deal to just grab that and move it out of the way because there is a vent on the floor there as well as the electricity box over in the corner. I also got the broken lamp from the basement kit. I'm just using a lot of that kit in here, and the archway that's actually leading you into the kitchen is from the industrial loft kit, and I use the version where the windows are kind of dirty, and I just think it is such a fun piece to add some more personality to this space. And I don't think this is a layout I've really done for this apartment before. This is one of my favorite apartments to decorate. It is the one that Salim Benali normally lives in, and I've done a lot of things in here from like multiple bedrooms to lofted bedrooms. I've also split this apartment into 2 like micro apartments, which was really fun. So it's always fun to explore and see what I can create in this space. I also got some plants over here. Those ones are from werewolves. I think the idea of having things growing out of cans and stuff was really fun. And yeah, just decorating this space. We have our TV up on top of an old TV and got another plant over here. Like, we're using cheaper items and they're more sparsely placed, but it still feels really full and decorated. And that's what I was going with this apartment. So I hope it comes across that way. I also added a recliner over here, so we have another chair. And I also got some art supplies over on the table. And I believe I'm going to be adding a computer over here as well. And I would normally want to add a laptop over there, as that makes more sense to be on a table. But since we were limited on funds, I'm pretty sure I add like a fatback computer, which I'll be grabbing here in a little while. But first I wanted to get some artwork up on this wall. And I ended up using this decal from the horse ranch pack that we just got. I want to say that decal is like really cheap. And then I also thought about using the bed from that, but it really just didn't fit the style. So I went into Debug instead and decided to get the air mattress that you can get in the dumpster from Eco Lifestyle. I think it's fun that you can get a couple of pieces of furniture dumpster diving. And that's also where the chairs that I put at the table are from. So that's what I ended up grabbing here. And then I got this dresser from the high school pack that looks like it's painted. I thought the idea of this artist like customizing their furniture was really fun. So that's what I opted for there. I thought about getting the matching bedside table, but then it just felt a little weird. Like they got the same thing and painted it exactly the same way. It was a little bit too matchy-matchy for the rest of the apartment, so I ended up grabbing a crate instead and then getting another one of these decals from the horse pack to go ahead and place there, and a rug as well, which is from Laundry Day, I'm pretty sure. So just going through the swatches on the bed, seeing if we have the best one that would work for this space or not, and figuring out what else to put in this area. Oh, this is also from the basement kit. This stack of like paintings that are leaning in front of the mirror. I thought it was perfect for this space. And then we just got a little broken lamp. Lots of basement stuff in here. Lots and lots of that. That's one of my favorite kits, honestly. I was really excited that we got that. I do really wish that there was a version of the heart bed that was functional, as well as a mattress leaning against the wall that wasn't the heart bed. And I know there's some DLC, or not DLC, there's some like custom content for that. But I really wish that was an option just in the game. Maybe we'll get more stuff like that in the future. You never know. I feel like we get a lot of things in different packs that match together. So it'll be interesting to see what's coming next, because I believe for the current roadmap we're on, we just had the expansion pack and then there's supposed to be 2 kits, but I don't know what they're supposed to be. And then no idea what other stuff we'd be getting for the rest of the year. Like game packs, maybe the return of stuff packs, probably tons more kits, but I don't think we're supposed to be getting any more expansion packs this year, so I'm really curious to see what else we do get. Anyway, the entryway is coming together now, just getting a little rug by that area. I also love the broken mirror that I put in here. I've been using that a lot more often. I just think it's kind of a fun story that somehow that broke and nobody replaced it. They just taped it back together. And then in the kitchen space, I really loved using this sink from the Laundry Day pack instead of having one built into the counter. So there's storage underneath it, and I put the little shelving unit above it from the Tiny Living Stuff pack. I think that is so cute. And of course, cutting boards, they go in every kitchen at this point. I also got like an open thing of cereal and cans and things. That is from our first DLC ever. That is from the Outdoor Retreat pack, and it's one of my favorite kitchen items. I just think it's nice to have like open boxes of things and things that are actively being used instead of being like pristine. So I quite enjoyed that. And I also used the pots and pans that came with Horse Ranch and just like a pile of stuff. There's a frying pan in here, so I thought it was nice to put that in the kitchen. And then we are moving on into the bathroom, which is a pretty good sized bathroom. It's a 3x3. And I did end up using just like the base game shower tub combo. And I believe, yeah, we used the sink from the Parenthood pack. It's another one of my favorites. It feels like a sink you might see in a public restroom or in like a tiny apartment, and it just felt right for here. And it's also not that expensive, so I liked that. And then of course adding some towels next to it and this mirror above it with all of the little sticky notes and pictures and stuff on that. I love the idea of like writing down notes to remind yourself to do things, or like as you get inspired by things, you just place that around. I also specifically wanted to get a toilet that had slots on the back so I could put a single roll of toilet paper up there instead of hanging one on the wall. I thought that was a fun way to add that. I pretty much only ever use the ones on the walls. I always forget we have the single rolls that came with the bathroom clutter kit. So I liked adding that in here. And then I got this little unit that came with horse ranch that has lots of like towels and stuff in it. I thought it was quite cute and it filled up the space nicely. And then I remembered we had these radiators from the, what's it called? The Vampires pack. And I thought that they would be perfect. So I placed them throughout the apartment. There's one in the living room, one in the bathroom, and one in the kitchen. And then we're just getting a couple more decorations as well as a fire alarm and our temperature controls and trying to finalize this apartment and get it to feel complete, even though it is on a budget. You can see in the upper corner of the screen, we're at like 16,000 something right now. And we have a little bit of leeway to get some more decorations, but I don't want to go too over the top, as I want you to be able to move right on in out of Create a Sim. So back in the bathroom now, I want to get a bath mat. I don't remember which one we grab. Let's see. Wait, I think we might have gotten the ones from the bathroom. Yeah, from the bathroom clutter kit, because there's one that goes around the toilet as well, which I thought was really cute. But that's really it for this build. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Also, thank you again to Toon Blast for sponsoring today's video. Make sure to download the game for free using the link in my description or the QR code on screen and receive 3 hours of unlimited lives and 100 free coins. Thank you all so very much for watching. Enjoy those screenshots, and I will see y'all soon. Bye, everyone.